At least 14 people have died at Pipeline. Hundreds more have been badly hurt. Yet, over 100 surfers layer on top of the geological violence that is the Banzai Pipeline. So how does anyone survive it? On a good day, there are over 100 surfers in the water at Pipeline, but only about 5 of them will ever catch the wave of the day. This is the strict, multi-tiered pecking order that decides who rides the most dangerous wave on Earth and who watches from the channel. Banzai Pipeline breaks off at Hukai Beach Park in Pupukea on Oahu's north shore. 3 reefs stack progressively deeper into the Pacific, each one waking up as the swells grow larger. Below it waits a nightmare of shifting sand, coral, and bulletproof volcanic lava, riddled with cracks and caves that can pin a human body underwater while the ocean hammers down from above. Since the 1960s, at least 14 people have died here. The first was Joaquin Miro Quesada, a Peruvian surfer who struck the reef in 1967, broke his neck, and was gone within hours. Hundreds more have been badly hurt. Layer the heaviest crowd in surfing on top of all that geological violence, sometimes 40 surfers deep, and you have a mob of people fighting for waves that detonate in shallow water over razor-sharp reef. The question is, how does anyone survive it? The answer: the Banzai Pipeline hierarchy, an unwritten social pyramid that governs who paddles for which wave, who backs off, and who doesn't even think about it. The whole thing works like a food chain, and the top predators eat first. The higher your status at Pipeline, the closer to the front of the queue you sit, and the more freedom you have to cherry-pick the best waves rolling through. 2 names sit at the very top: John Florence and Jamie O'Brien. One surfer puts it plainly: John and Jamie are at the top of the pecking order for sure. They get whatever waves they want. If Jamie's going, you don't even look at the wave. Born in Honolulu in 1992 and raised in Halewa, John Florence grew up literally steps from Pipeline, and his mother put him in the ocean almost from the moment he was born. By 13, he'd become the youngest competitor ever to enter the Vans Triple Crown of surfing. 3 World Surf League titles followed in 2016, 2017, and 2024, which made him the first Hawaii-born surfer to win back-to-back crowns since the late Andy Irons. He doesn't just surf Pipeline, he owns it. Jamie O'Brien grew up in a house planted directly in front of the break. Local contests pulled him in at 6 years old, and he went on to become one of the youngest surfers ever to win a Pipeline Masters. The Surfing Hall of Fame inducted him in 2024. Jamie has watched this wave in every mood it has, and after more than 3 decades of studying it, he recently called one session the biggest crowd he's ever seen out there, which carries real weight coming from him. Then you have the shadow Kelly Slater casts over the place, and the numbers behind it border on absurd. 8 Pipeline Masters titles stretched across 30 years, from 1992 all the way to 2022. 26 career appearances, 122 heats surfed, 85 of them won. His nearest rival, Joel Parkinson, surfed 53 heats and won 28. When that 8th title landed just days before his 50th birthday, Slater said, "I committed my life to this, to all of the heartbreak and winning and all this crap. I've hated lots of it, but I savor this, and this is the best win of my life." The hierarchy at Pipeline runs on more than trophies though. It runs on time, presence, and respect. 95% of the surfers in the Pipeline pecking order either come from Hawaii or live there, and being Hawaiian helps, not as a requirement, but as a real advantage. Even the most talented surfer alive can't earn his stripes at Pipe by showing up for one season, snagging a decent wave, and calling it done. The real cost is 10 to 15 full seasons, out there every single time it breaks. This is how localism works at Pipeline. You earn your place by committing to the biggest, scariest waves over and over, because pulling back on one you should have taken reads as cowardice that nobody misses. It will cost you whatever respect you've built. Skill matters just as much, because bravery alone won't carry you, and you have to rank among the best in the water. Then come the social rules. Hassle for waves with people above you, drop in on someone, snake another surfer, and the lineup spits you out fast. Enforcement of those rules carries a long and sometimes violent history. Dahui came together in 1975, founded by Eddie Rothman, Clyde Aikow, Brian Amona, and Kawika Stantz Sr. its name translating to the clan in Hawaiian. These were North Shore locals, fed up with being locked out of their own waves by corporate surfing events, and they answered with mass paddle-outs during contests to reclaim their breaks. Out of that came the militant crew known as the Black Shorts, who made certain local customs were honored in the water by force when it came to that. Australian world champion Wayne "Rabbit" Bartholomew left one encounter short several teeth. Kayla Alexander founded the Wolf Pack on the North Shore in 2001. As he described it, "The scene at Pipeline when I got there was stupid. It was so dangerous that the Wolf Pack mentality became a necessity. It wasn't about terrorizing people. It was that the way we grew up, dropping in, was unacceptable." The Wolf Pack became Pipeline's enforcers, a crew of skilled Hawaiian surfers who protect the lineup and keep order, and their motto captures the whole approach: "When you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us." How localism works at Pipeline draws fierce debate. Defenders argue that without locals holding it down, the wave gets overrun and chaos takes over, because when 100 surfers scramble for 20 to 30-foot faces over shallow reef and volcanic rock, a single bad wipeout from someone dropping in could turn fatal. Order here isn't just about respect, it's about survival. Critics read the same scene very differently. From the outside, it can look like a mob of angry surfers policing the lineup for their own benefit, a dictatorial system running on fear and violence. The truth lands somewhere between those two views. Compared to decades past, the North Shore has cleaned up, and gone are the days when slaps were handed out freely and kooks were sent to the beach without a second thought. Respect while visiting, though, is still mandatory. Wait your turn, know your place, give more waves than you take, and understand that your reputation here gets built over years, never days. A few outsiders have earned the real thing. Brazilian surfer Wigali Dantas has drawn praise for exactly that kind of commitment, staying with the Rothman family, charging hard, and putting in the time. As one local described him, "He's so aggressive, not in a bad way, but he's just so in." That's the price of entry, because nothing at Pipeline comes for free. Phil Edwards, the first person ever to ride this wave back in December of 1961, may have said it best. "I never charged Pipeline," he said. "I just survived it." That was a 4-foot day with nobody else in the water. The waves are bigger now, the crowds are denser, and the pecking order sits more entrenched than it has ever been. Yet the core truth hasn't shifted at all. Pipeline doesn't care about who you are. It cares about whether you've earned the right to be there. And the people at the top of that lineup will make very sure you know exactly where you stand. Thank you for watching. Join me in this next video, where I talk about how enforcement came to be at Pipeline.